I just got to do this thing. I procrastinate doing my videos all the time. Oh, hello. This is Miss Newson, and this is iSchool, and I'm in British Columbia, thinking about school. And if I were to have my own school, I would have a theme, which is this month's theme, or March's theme, was Alice in Wonderland, which is seen better days. But I'm just enjoying immersing myself in learning. And I thought, well, if I had my own school, that's exactly what I would do. I would pick a theme, a book like Alice in Wonderland, and then I think about how that could be in the middle. And since math and literature are such a high importance in public education, I thought we'll start there. And there's lots of math in Alice in Wonderland, and of course literature. And so I thought, wouldn't it be fun? I can imagine this school. Instead of being so separate and going from class to class, to be home, or, well, I'll get to surfing in a minute, but to take a concept and then be able to just slow down and stop and really think about what we're doing. And I thought math, order and geometry, start with a basic circle, and then go into like Fibonacci sequence, get into science, like with the rabbit problem. And since Alice in Wonderland is about the March hare, the mad hare, imagine going into science and said, okay, here's our book, but let's talk about reproduction. And like, what do rabbits do? And then you can flip over into literature and say, okay, what's the symbolism of rabbits? Yeah? And so Alice goes from a white rabbit, a mad tea party, she changes sizes, and in the book she goes through a lot of moods, and then ends up playing a game with the Red Queen. Her sister is at the end and says, oh, I've been through this too. So I think Alice in Wonderland is so timeless for many reasons, but one is because that's a theme that can be used to teach. It's for children, but when you consider Alice's age, it's also very convenient. It's a very convenient story to talk about Alice in going through a transition. So again, there's biology. That's not my specialty. Mine was history. And so in history, there's an interesting part that's talked about Humpty Dumpty sitting like a Turk in Alice in Wonderland. And he gives away a riddle, which is Humpty Dumpty is an egg, which is supposed to be a riddle. But anyway, it's about an egg. And once something happens to that egg, it's four score. It wasn't, the original story wasn't all the king's horses and all the king's men. The original verse was four score, which is just about the timing of the egg. Anyway, so that would be geography sitting like a Turk, which is the Victorian era, which is when Lewis Carroll wrote Alice in Wonderland, which was also during the time of the Opium Wars. So that'd be kind of fun to talk about. Imagine a school where we could just read a book and then expound on all these other areas. Movement, I thought it'd be fun for March to say, just focus on one thing, which is your feet. Like, that would be something I would love to teach in high school. Take care of your feet. Just start with the really simple things. So movement, what else would I do? Music. Going back to Fibonacci, we could talk about Debussy. I don't know how to say his name all the time. Because him and there's a band Tool, which follows Fibonacci's sequence. And so again, this sounds like rambling, which it is, because I'm crazy, but then I'm on this side, and I'm sitting in Tofino um, after going on a beach and watching surfers. And not just because, on the outside, again, it's like I'm the retired school teacher. That's fine. But between you and I school, I feel like I'm an undercover agent. Like there are kids everywhere. I've been a month on the road. We've been a month on the road, and we went from Lakewood, Colorado, to somewhere up here in Vancouver, and it's wonderful. Here's a video. I'm not going to upload this, but so my morning here in high school this morning, we're just observing surf school. Watching other people. See, it's like part of learning, I think, is I'm watching this obvious expert overlooking this class of surfers on a rainy day in Tofino. Yeah. So a video of a video, but that was my morning, and I don't like taking a lot of pictures, and I don't like making a lot of videos because I feel like in high school that would be, it's like I need to just enjoy putting the phone down, but I would never tell a student to do that. Like, you take away students' phones by mandate, psychologically, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to think about getting their phones. Anyway, it seems like a kind of a psychological game, but uh, I'm really enjoying this new adventure. And so, anyway, this is iSchool. This is the day before my birthday, and I'm in this place that I'd never heard of in the last 56 years called Tofino, and it is really beautiful. But it's also just, I talk to kids along the way. I've got interviews with just kids who'll just come talk to me, and of course I'm very interested in their stories, which again, that's iSchool. And I think, to just wrap this up today, I want to have my own school. I want to teach so badly, and I miss that, and I just keep thinking about how every day, like, my crazy idea of iSchool started off in a classroom, which is like, well, what would you do if you weren't here teaching? And it just really took a turn, and it is not easy to step away from that institution. And I personally think it takes a lot of courage to start even imagining what life would be like outside of the structure of public education right now. And also, that to me was a beginning, that once I can start thinking about it, even if it was just as an escape, at least I thought of other options besides being in that school. And now I'm just being out here away from it. It's like I really see more and more of how cruel public education is, in the sense that it takes up time and mind space. And I think about the opportunity cost outside of that. If 90% of our days are focused on school, and then the media, because it's like then we just want our phones to check out, that's really a perfect system for those who are controlling. And as an educator, I would say, let's have we can't do anything. I can't have any kind of school because I can't have conversations with people about anything beyond what we learn, if that makes any sense. And so I'm so inspired by kids that I talk to. I'm so lucky to have a partner who's willing to drive him as crazy is what I say, drive him as crazy across the country. And so we're going to spend 12 months plus um, driving around the country. But for me, it's school, it's education. So, ciao for now.